managed to stay the whole shift. I asked my old department, induct, right, if I could work down there since I'm trying to still recuperate from my cold. And fortunately, they allowed me to go back there. And so I was flipping envelopes all day in small boxes. I rather enjoyed that because, the other job involves, sometimes getting up the ladder, stretching way above my head, stooping very low, lower than my knees, and sometimes the ones that are lower than my knees, they're actually very heavy and large. So yeah, it was a nice break. It would be great if I could do that again tomorrow. That would be wonderful, because going up the ladder and stooping below my knees, and the packages are pretty heavy, and it's got to be real fast. Plus you have to identify the package. This one here, you don't identify nothing. It's simple. You just push them along through the scanner. I think I got up to a high of 1,700 packages per hour. Of course, I didn't stay there. Where I was located, there's only one true position that has enough work, and that's station number 6 or 8 or something like that. I think it's 6, station number 6, right? So, and Jerry, that's his spot. I don't care what anybody says. That spot belongs to him. If he shows up, that's where he goes. They don't move him anywhere else. I don't know if it's because he's got a doctor's note or what, but he's picked out the station for himself, and he loves it there, and they love to give it to him too. So yeah, they moved Sandra over to Problem Solve. I asked her, where'd everybody go? She says they're still around. They're here and there. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe they went to, different warehouses. See, right now, my tire is not registering tire low at all. Isn't that weird? So yeah. So 2 good things happened to me today. I wasn't fired, and they let me go back to induct, where all I had to do was, stand in place. I'm really getting pretty old to be doing all of that stooping and reaching and all of that stuff, and pivoting and doing the steps and stuff. Although there's a lot more exercise, it is it is. I had a few bouts of sweating and chilling, but believe it's coming to the end. It's got to be coming to the end, because after this pill that I take when I get home, I'll only have one more day of this, antibiotics. Down a few times for just a hot minute or two. But yeah, I was very thankful. They moved me around a couple of times. There wasn't no work, and then when they finally, decided to put me up on the 4th floor, I got a notification, hey, go to station 11. I went to station 11 and it was already filled. So they put me on 5. And I know how 5 is usually the overflow. But they didn't have nobody over there, so I loved it. I was working over there by myself, but I wasn't completely by myself because they had maintenance people right underneath me. So, it wasn't, you didn't feel alone, because, there was people right below me, and they were talking away, and like three guys. And so, yeah. That's why I would leave. I would leave early because I hate dealing with this traffic. And the traffic is even on Saturday and Sunday during rush hour. But at least it won't drain my battery, right? And I can look at beautiful Dallas. You want to see beautiful Dallas? It's almost lit up. Oh, that's another thing that's kind of nice, is that, at 6 o'clock, we still have sunshine. See, Dallas? See Dallas? Yeah. And see all this traffic? That's the traffic I don't like. Because it's like this for about, I want to say, a mile in town, through town, and then a mile outside of town. Then it starts opening up a little bit until I get to 635. And then when I get to 635, yeah, it's more traffic. I don't know, But yeah, but Dallas is a very pretty city, It's not like old, bricks and mortar like Houston. Houston has a lot of brick and mortar left. A lot of older buildings. But I do love leaving out of the building and it's still light. Even though the sun has set, it hasn't got dark yet. So that makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. And another blessing was my stuff was not thrown away. So my containers were still there. I ate the salad that I had left over from last week. It was still good. The container with the ribs in it, I brought that home with me. I didn't eat them, but I think Snoopy might like them. I sure was missing those ribs too. Look at the Omni. The Omni be showing out. Look at that. Ooh-wee. So yeah. So that was another blessing. It was like, oh gosh, I feel lucky. I feel lucky, right? Because I was prepared for whatever comes. I would be prepared. Even if, they would have, my badge wasn't going to work, I would have still asked them if they could, see if I can, get my containers out of the refrigerator, or at least let me in so I can look for my containers, because it would be, in the upstairs break room. And I'm not always sure, what refrigerator I put my stuff in. I have to, recognize my stuff through the plastic bag, because it gets moved around. And, like somebody else will push my stuff over so they can put their stuff in, stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah. That was a blessing. So, I got my 2 lunch containers. I didn't have to worry about any of the old managers from when I worked there, and that was a blessing. I didn't ask, where they went, what happened to them, because, to really, I'm glad they're gone. The PAs, they were still there, but, they weren't really the problem. I've been thinking about Exotica all day today, because it's kind of rough, right? When you're not black, you're not Mexican, you're not white, you just have to just let them know, I'm an exotic breed. You understand me? Yeah. So that kept my spirits up, because people will trip out, they'll just, I don't know, the way, they'll look at you, and they'll have a blank stare on their face. You can't really tell what they're thinking. My thought is, if you're going to stare at somebody, you might as well put a crooked smile on. Right? So that's all I really have to talk about. I mean, I didn't really have any other, thoughts. I didn't have to, like I said, I didn't have to concentrate and find merchandise. It was not as laborious as a picker. Oh, so I was able to, just relax my mind and not be so anxious, because I be very anxious. And I was thinking if I had been if I had actually been in that department, yeah, I would have been anxious, because I would be like, there was a lot of times, I was averaging about 500 packages an hour, but that was because the work just wasn't coming in. I even went I went into the low 200s. But the work wasn't coming in, consistently. Towards the end of the shift, a lot more work was piling in. I don't know why, but it made the time go by faster. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it here. So I will talk to you later.